Hello, gorgeous humans. It is happy to see you here on this snowy day it is right now when I'm filming this. And I'm so excited to share the 3 fatal mistakes people make when trying to heal their IBS. There are 3. All 3 of them I made. All 3 of them I made. So I'm here to share with you what they are so you don't make them too. So when I asked on my Instagram what you guys thought the 3 fatal mistakes might be, there were some that were hitting on it and there were some that were hitting around it, so I know I'm not alone in making these mistakes too. So the first one is being in victim mentality. And I just want you to switch it in your brain really easily. Because the one question people often ask associated with their IBS, especially in the beginning, is, why me? Why me? And what they're doing is they're wondering, what did I do to deserve this? Why is it me that has this? And you start trying to blame events, you start trying to blame tragedies, you start trying to blame genetics, you start trying to blame all these different things, but why me, why did I get IBS, why am I the one suffering through this? And I just want you to switch it just a little, it's just a 2 millimeter shift that makes all the difference. Instead of wondering, why me, in this negative sense, you can wonder, why me, from the place of, I wonder what overcoming this obstacle is preparing me for. Because every single obstacle in your life is preparing you for something down the road. It's just life working for you. Even though you might not believe it or see it right now, I guarantee that's what's happening. Had I not had 7 years of nausea, I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to you beautiful people. I wouldn't be able to create the change that I'm making in the world. I wouldn't be as fulfilled and happy and joyful. My life would look completely different had I not had IBS. So instead of thinking, why me, right? This fatal mistake of thinking, why me, and getting into victim mentality, take that why me and turn it into something empowering for yourself. Like, why me? Wow, the universe loves me a lot because it's given me this thing that I get to overcome, and with this strength and this knowledge and this all the goodness that I get from overcoming, I get to be, do, have more. Okay? That's the first fatal mistake. Second fatal mistake people make is thinking that there is a magic bullet. And what I mean by that is, no, not the blender. I mean thinking that there's one solution. Meaning that, and this goes a couple ways, there's one solution that cures everyone's IBS, because you know that everyone's IBS is different. So what helps your IBS is not going to help, might not help somebody else's IBS. So this is why we all get pissed off when there are people who come in and are like, this did it for me, yep, we'll do it for you too. And maybe you've gone down a couple of those rabbit holes and actually done the thing and it didn't help at all. There is no magic bullet for everyone. Right? So there's no pill you can take that will definitely work for you. There's no diet you can do that will definitely work for you. Meaning, like, when someone says, oh my gosh, all I had to do was go gluten-free, and then you go gluten-free and you're like, this shit isn't helping, that's because there's not one magic bullet, right? So there's not one solution. And second layer to this is kind of an onion one. Second layer to this is that it's not just diet or mindset. It's both. This body, this beautiful body we have, this beautiful mind that we have, this beautiful heart, this beautiful soul, it is a holistic being. Meaning you cannot just, especially with IBS and the mind-gut connection, you cannot just treat one and expect everything else to miraculously get better. Because you are a beautiful person who's a gorgeous, complicated creature of depth. And so you cannot just expect one thing to be your magic bullet, okay? You have to try a lot of different things, and you have to approach it from various sides of yourself. And honestly, that's part of the beauty of IBS, is because it calls us to grow, it calls us to expand into lifestyle change, not just let me take a pill. I actually really hope they don't create an IBS pill. Maybe an IBS pill that will help us transition into healthy lifestyle changes, but that's what happens when we get IBS, is our body is cueing us, hey, you need to change your lifestyle so that you can give your gifts to the world. That's what it's saying. So that's number 2. Fatal mistake people make, assuming there's a magic bullet. that will fix it, okay? Although those blenders are pretty magical, I will say. And 3, the third fatal mistake people make when trying to regulate their IBS is doing it alone. You don't have to do it alone. For a lot of my IBS life, I told myself, I'm good. I'm good on my own. I don't need people. Because it's not an easy thing to talk about. It's not an easy thing to share about. It's not an easy thing to go through. And so a lot of our social conditioning is to say that when you go through something like that, you're supposed to keep it to yourself because you don't want to make other people uncomfortable. Fuck that. Like, big old F you to that. No. No, no. That is not the human experience. We are human beings. We are here to be. And in this being state that we're in, we have to share what's going on with us in order to grow and connect and become more. Do not do this thing alone. You don't have to. You don't have to anymore. There's beautiful communities like this online. There's IBS coaches. There's all kinds of different rock star ways that you can connect with people. And of course, I advocate for hiring a coach because, Lord, it just makes everything so much easier. You don't have to worry about so much. You just execute. You have someone there to guide you and help you. Obviously, that's what I do. So, yeah, I'm going to advocate for an IBS coach because I am one and I believe in us and I know the magic and the miracles that can come from working with a coach. But at the same time, if even that's just working with a small pocket of girlfriends, whatever it is, just don't do this alone. You don't have to. And having other people to lean on, that's just, man, that's everything. It'll change the game for you. You won't feel so overwhelmed, you won't feel so anxious, you won't feel so lonely. And a lot of times the things that we think about in our emotions, we think, oh, we're not lonely, we're fine. Because that was me, right? I pushed people away because it was easier to push people away. That's what I thought. And I felt like that was easier than being real and honest and upfront or doing the work to seek out other people. I thought it was easier to do that, to say, oh, I don't have the resources, rather than get resourceful. But no, I'm telling you, if you just do the thing, if you just find the people, if you hire the coach, if you do what you need to do, game changer. What did Brett say? He said, isolation and confinement of ourselves will only further harm the brain-gut connection. That is so absolutely true. And, oh my gosh, Alex, I am the magic bullet. I don't know I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, I do love helping people. It's what I do. So thank you guys so much for hearing me out on my 3 fatal mistakes. Let me know if you've made any of these fatal mistakes. And as always, I am here to help you avoid those mistakes and conquer this thing so that you can go and be what you were, you little source of bright light, what you were put here to be. So I love you. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon. Bye.